Bienvenue to day 2 of the French Cooking Made Easy challenge, the cozy fall French cuisine. So I'm here in my kitchen in the south of France, in Cannes. Today is a sunny day, but anyway, we are going to bake a delicious marble cake inspired by my grandma Mémé Cécile. So we are live on YouTube and on Facebook. So say hello, and we are going to start in a few minutes. Voilà, so I have two cameras, one on YouTube, one on Facebook. So welcome Louis. Let me know where you are joining us from, what you are looking for to learn during this challenge. It's a 3-day challenge, so we started yesterday. So you can watch the replay every day. If you cannot make it live, that's totally fine. And yesterday we talked about the little details. So what you're gonna need, what ingredients you're gonna need, and what tools you're gonna need. And there are 3 recipes. So there is the hot chocolate, the whipped cream. That's we're gonna make tomorrow, and today we are making the marble cake. Voilà, so I'm here in my kitchen, everything is ready, and so I'm going to start in just a few minutes. Voilà, so let me know where you are joining us from. And so as well, yesterday we talked about the why behind I do what I do, and that the ingredients I'm using are mostly the most natural possible, and everything is made simple. Voilà, so that's very important because we have busy lives, and we don't want to spend one day in the kitchen to cook French cuisine or to bake a cake. And so with my scientific background, I try to make everything easy. I am not a professional chef, but I am definitively what I call an award-winning mama chef, and I have the best taster here at home. Voilà, so and we also talked yesterday, if you want to watch the replay, about what to do, and if you feel like you don't want to start cooking French cuisine because you feel like it's too difficult, so watch the replay of day 1, and you will see that whether you believe that it's too difficult, that you don't have the time to cook French, you will not find the ingredients, all the things we tell ourselves, then that's what is keeping you stuck, and there are ways to overcome those thoughts and actually make your dreams come true, because it's all about following your dreams of eating the best French cuisine on the planet, and it's definitively possible. Voilà, so up. Voilà, hop. That's fun. Okay. Okay, so it's the first time I have 2 cameras, so hopefully it's gonna work. And let me see. If you have questions, don't hesitate. I will reply to all your questions after the training today, after the cooking show. And if you have like small little questions, you can always ask during the live show, and I can reply to your questions. Voila, so that's fun. I have 2 phones, so it's really, really fun. Voila, so let's imagine it's very cold outside, it's freezing, you are in Paris, you are visiting the beautiful Eiffel Tower, and you are walking around. It's just so beautiful during the winter time and the fall time, and but you are freezing, and so you decide to go in a lovely coffee shop and take a hot chocolate, a delicious hot chocolate with whipped cream, and a piece of marble cake. and you dip your marble cake in your hot chocolate or in your coffee, and it's just so good, and you relax with your family and your friends. And voilà, so definitively French cuisine is a way of life. It's enjoying life to the fullest and enjoying good food. And if you want to make it home, it's definitely possible. And so you will see today in our cooking show, I'm gonna go really in details in how to make the best ever marble cake. So if you need the recipes, let me know. I can send them to you, and it's gonna be very detailed because it's very important to understand what you do. Voilà. So I'm gonna get started now. Voilà. So you're not gonna see my face, but you're gonna see what I'm doing here. So if you have the recipe, please take it now. If you need the recipe, you can always comment recipe. And let's do it. Voila, so as you can see, I listed the preparation time. It's about 15 minutes or so. We have 40 minutes of baking time in the oven. And so I will be replying to your question during that time, and I'm gonna share some stories. And today we are celebrating my grandma, Mémé, Cécile, and when I was growing up, that was my favorite cake, and she made it so nicely, and I have so many good memories. You know, the smell in the kitchen when she was making it when I was on holiday at her farm in Alsace. And oh, hi Robbie, welcome. And I'm gonna bake in just a few minutes, so lovely memories. It's really interesting, right, how what we keep in our minds when we get older. Usually it's around food, and we remember our parents and grandparents around those moments around food, a lovely table, and usually it involves a cake. So voilà, so I'm very happy to share this recipe with you, and let me know how it goes, and if you like it, if you're gonna make it, if you need the recipe, let me know. Voilà, so I have different recipes actually of marble cake. So there is another one you can find in my store. I have many recipes in my store actually, for those of you who are interested. And I also have an online cooking school. So if you want to know more about my online cooking school, let me know. And then I'm listing the kitchen tools. Voila, so we talked about kitchen tools yesterday on day 1. So go back to day 1. And watch this video to understand the why and the what you need to make this beautiful cake. Everything is detailed. And so today the ingredients. So we need 4 eggs. Voila. So first tip, very important, is to have your eggs at room temperature because this is how you're gonna master your cakes, when the eggs are at room temperature. If they are cold just from your fridge, your cake is still gonna be good, but not as good if the eggs are on room temperature. Voila, so the first thing to do is the butter. Voila, so here I have unsalted butter. We want to melt it. And why is this the first thing I'm gonna do? Is because while the butter is melting, it's gonna be hot. Voila, so the quick way, microwave, that's okay, no worries. Like all the French chefs are doing this, they use the microwave just to heat a little ingredient. So keep an eye on it, you don't want it to boil. And I do this first, so then it's gonna sit on the countertop while we prepare the cake. Voilà, so I'm gonna lower the camera in just a few seconds. Voilà, so you see it's, so I'm gonna start lowering my camera now so you can see what I do. Voilà. Okay. Voilà, so I'm going through each step with you. Voilà, so there are still a few pieces. Voilà, so that's good. So now this is cooling down. Now I'm gonna prepare the eggs. Voilà, give me just a second to make this nicely. Voilà, so today here in the south of France it's actually hot. So I catch the cold a few days ago, so I was wearing like winter clothes, but now I'm back to dress because it's really hot today. Voilà. All right. So this is for the flour. I'm going to show you a very interesting trick. Voilà. So here we want to separate the eggs because we are going to use the egg yolks with the sugar, and the sugar is gonna dissolve in the egg yolks, and the egg whites is gonna be whisked with this little tool here, and we're gonna add some bubbles while whisking, and this is gonna help to make a nice and fluffy cake. Voilà, so first of all, to break the egg, you don't want to do it here on the corner, on the side, on the edge of a bowl, because you may break your eggshell in lots of little pieces. So you break it here on the countertop. So this is my egg white bowl. This is my egg yolk bowl. Voilà. Up. And very important, you don't want egg yolk in the egg white bowl. So this is super important, otherwise they're not gonna raise. Voilà. And the egg yolk here. And a trash bin as usual. And with eggs it's good to have also paper towel. And this is really the cake that you're gonna find a lot in French coffee shops. It's really a favorite. Voilà, so I'm gonna do the other ones. So it's always better, at least if to have egg white here, but not egg yolk here. Voilà, if that makes sense. Voilà, so don't hesitate to comment. Voilà, and so I'm speaking, and I put some egg yolks here. Voilà, up. It's actually not easy to cook and speak at the same time. Up. Voilà, now you wash your hands. Voilà, so this you put on the side. So what you do when you have a little bit of egg yolk, this just happened to me now. It's good to remove it with a spoon. I have a mosquito here. Voilà, so you put it on the side, not in the fridge, because you don't want it to be cold. So I just put it here, and this is gonna be this machine. Voilà, for now, we focus on egg yolks. Voilà, so I'm gonna bring you here. All right. And we have the egg yolks, and Voilà, if you read here, we separate the egg whites from the egg yolks. And now we add the sugar to the egg yolks and we whisk on medium speed between 4 and 6 on your KitchenAid until blended and foamy, that means whitish, for about 2 minutes. Voilà. All right, let's go. Alright, so about 2 minutes. Voilà, after 1 minute you can scrape the sides. Voilà, hop. Voilà, so it starts to become white. I'm going to show you. Voilà, it's becoming more and more white as the sugar is dissolving in the egg yolk. Voilà. Hop. Voilà, as you can see, it's nicely blended, it's a little bit foamy, whitish. Voilà, so that's perfect. Voilà. Now we add the melted butter, which is cooled down. It's very important because we have egg yolks here. So if you add it hot, you're gonna make omelette. We don't want an omelette cake. Voilà. Let's do it. Oh, you can also turn the oven on. Voilà. Up. So always preheat your oven 10 degrees like upper, hotter than the baking temperature. So for example, this cake is gonna bake at 170 degrees Celsius. So I preheat my oven at 180. And so in Fahrenheit, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit more. Voilà, so let's do it. Voilà, so I like to scrape my bowl because you see when you scrape, this is all that is left. Voilà, so it's half a teaspoon or so. Voilà. Voilà, so as you can see, it's blended. And so as soon as it's blended, voilà, so that's all the science there is to do, really. Not easy. So if you have questions, let me know. I can see some people popping in, popping out. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate. I'm happy to help you. This is what I do with the students of my online cooking school. So don't hesitate. Now we add the milk. So this is nice and creamy. So now we remove the paddle attachment because for the flour, oh sorry, the whisk, we're gonna use the paddle. Voila. I'm just showing you. So who is gonna make this cake? So my goal with this French weekend was to get you prepared on Friday. So that's what I did with day one. If you want to watch the replay, you can still watch it. It's just about 45 minutes, so you can even binge watch everything on Saturday night and prepare everything on Sunday for your Sunday afternoon goûter. Voilà, that's beautiful. So now I'm going to show you some tricks, some little tips about flour. Important tips that you learn once and then you can use them over and over your entire life, basically. So voilà, so let me see. Voilà, for the flour. So let me just take this. So you have your kitchen scale, always. I mean, that's what we talked about yesterday. Please don't use cups anymore. I mean, it's gonna change your life, literally. So I explained everything yesterday. So here for the flour, you use a bowl and you put your sifter inside the bowl and then you do your zero. Voila, so it's just a little learning curve. Once you do it, it's gonna, it's gonna feel easier. And then you weigh your flour directly. Voila. And the baking powder. Voilà, I do the zero. So here I have my baking powder from Alsace. Since 1897. How crazy is that, right? 1897. Wow. Voila. So here, because we want to sift it as well, so I'm looking here the way. Voilà, do you have questions so far? All right. Voilà, let me know if you have any question. And so now you see, very easy. You just have to sift everything, like the baking powder and the flour. It's really not complicated. It's precise compared to cups. I tried it, but I was like, no way, I cannot use cups. It's I'm sure once you get the hang of it, it's easy. But when you change recipes, then I don't know. It can go bad. Voila. So now all we want is to add this here. Voila. And so the reason we don't use the whisk is because we don't want to, how can I say, it's gentle on the gluten, on the flour. And as soon as you added your flour, you don't want to over stir. Otherwise your cake can be a little bit too not smooth, like hard and chewy, and not like a nice and fluffy texture. So that's important to note. All right. So let's do it, baby. And voila. Voilà, so it's blending. Voilà. So it's blended, but I'm just gonna scrape the borders quickly because there is some flour on the sides. And you know the best part, when I was little and my grandma, what I love to do is to eat. So good. Voilà. Voilà. No overstirring. Okay, we are good here. So now we can remove the paddle attachment. And now we are going to whisk the egg whites. We have mosquitoes here. Hop. Voilà. Voilà, always clean the border, check the bottom. Voilà, it's beautiful. Voilà. You see, it's just really beautiful. All right, so you can put it on the side. So if you have a second bowl for your KitchenAid, perfect. You can use your KitchenAid again. So I have a second one, but it's not a KitchenAid, it's another one I just bought when I moved. When my everything was still in the storage from the US. So I bought a little cheap one, like $100 machine, and it's working nice. It's different, of course. I prefer the KitchenAid, definitively. Voilà, so this is not cold at all, doesn't need to be cold. All right. So you add a pinch of salt and voila, and that's it. Voila, let's go. In the meantime, if you have questions, please post them, and I'm going to reply to your questions later. it starts to be good. And just a little bit more. Voilà, another tip for you is to not over whisk the egg yolks. So I'm gonna show you. Voilà. So it's nice and fluffy, but not too much. Voilà, you don't want to over stir it. So remember, the egg whites whisked have to be at room temperature, not cold. And tomorrow the whipped cream is gonna be cold, so the cream has to be cold. Voilà, so that's two really nice tips for you to remember when you bake. And voilà, so now we're gonna put the egg whites in the cake batter, and then we're gonna divide it by half, and one half we're gonna add the vanilla powder, and the other half we're gonna add the cocoa powder, which I showed you yesterday. If you travel to France, buy this one. This is very historic cocoa powder I grew up with, so I always like to bake cake with it. It's called Van Houten since 1828. Can you imagine? And so it's pure cocoa. Try to find cacao powder which is not with added sugar. Voilà, so let's go. So basically, what we do is we add about half, 1/3 or half, doesn't matter really. So the first part is just, voilà, stirred like that. You don't really, you don't need to be careful about not breaking the bubbles. It's fine. It's really about mixing both together. I know the first time I saw that, I was like, ooh! Voilà, so you see now it's nice and it's really lovely. And so now, so the final part, or the last 2/3, it's the same. Honestly, it's not, you add slowly. Well, I'm gonna show you, it's the same technique as for the macaron, for those of you who make macaron. Or if you want to learn how to make macaron, I do have a macaron masterclass as well. It's very interesting, and I really like to explain to my students the why behind what we do, and I always like to see the light bulb moment. And yes, it's very nice. I like it. Voilà. Voilà, so now let's do it. So here, you know, chefs always like to have a clean side of the bowl. So always clean the side of your bowl. Voilà. And so now you can actually turn the bowl. So you turn with your left hand, you turn the bowl from the left to the right. And with your right hand, you turn the inside up and down. Voilà, you turn the bowl, the spatula up and down. So basically you bring the bottom of the bowl from the bottom to the top. Bottom, top. This is like a caress. So it's very gentle and it helps to not break the bubbles inside the egg whites. Voilà. Beautiful. Voila, so how is it going so far? Well, if you watch the replay, please don't hesitate to comment, and if you are, I see some people live, please let us comment or something, so I know you are here, you are watching. Voila, so here we are done. It's well blended, carefully blended. Voila. So now we need 2 bowls. I need another one. Let's just use those two. Voila, so about half in one and the other half in the other bowl. Voila. So if I miss your questions, please excuse me. I'm not always watching my screen, but I will reply to them while the cake is baking. Voila, so this is good. Voila, so here I have the cocoa powder. And here I have the vanilla powder. Voila, you can also use a vanilla bean, vanilla extract. Although I explained yesterday during day one, I'm not a big fan of vanilla extract because you're basically buying like alcohol mix, not much vanilla taste. So voila, up. Voila, so you do the same gesture. You can add less or more cacao if you prefer less or more cacao taste. Voila, so you roll and you roll. Oh. Let me show you here. So this weekend in Cannes there is a sailboat festival. It's called Regatta Royale. So there are many, and I have a mosquito attack over here. Mosquitoes want some cake. Coucou. Voila, so up. All right. So the vanilla. I'm gonna add a little bit more. So good. Voilà, so now we're gonna prepare the cake pan. Well, you see all those vanilla beans? This is so good. Huh? It's gonna be so good. Huh? Yeah. So those are Linda's fingers.
Thank you.
Sure.
Can I have some more?
No. Voilà, so here we have the two preparations. So now let's continue. Let me see. Oh, hi Margot, welcome. I see some people live. So if you need the recipes, let me know. I actually added them in the free course. I have a free course called French Cooking for Beginners, where I have many recipes. So if you need them, let me know. Other than that, we are here on step number 14. 15, we added the cocoa powder. And now we are going to prepare the cake pan. Well, normally you should do it at the beginning, but it's fine. It's totally fine. So we're gonna add some butter. So here I have my butter, which is at room temperature. And I have this lovely brush here from Le Creuset. And it's nice because I can remove this part and put it in the dishwasher. And this part I wash by hand. It's quick. It goes quick. Hey, Cookie. Voila. Hop. And so now we want a little crust. So you add just a little bit of flour. Voilà, and you shake it. Voilà, so that's standard. Nothing new, nothing fancy, nothing new. So try to put flour everywhere. Voilà, so I'm missing a little bit here. Voila. And so now you pour the cake batter with the vanilla powder up in the bottom. I'll make some space here. Voila. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, ouch. I catched the cold a few days ago. Hopla. Voilà, so if you want to make a bigger cake, so of course you can double, triple the quantities. Voilà. And so tomorrow we're gonna make the hot chocolate with the whipped cream. And it's gonna be the perfect goûter. Voilà, so you put it everywhere. Hey! Voilà, so now you stir it. I mean, no, don't stir. What did I say? You spread it. Voilà, you spread it. And then you add the chocolate batter. I'm gonna taste. Perfect. So good. All right. So now you can spread it a little bit more. And so now with either a spoon or a knife, so what you want to do is you want to bring the bottom part to the top. Voilà, if this makes sense. Voilà, and hello to those of you who joined. Hi Jennifer, nice to see you. Voilà, so we are going to, voilà, from the bottom to the top. And I like to up. Voila. So now what do you do with this? Let me know in the comments, what are you gonna do with this? Are you gonna eat it or are you gonna put it back? So I know someone who would eat it. Up, just put it back. or eat it. Actually eat it because I already eat some, so I'm good. Linda, you want some more? Voilà, a little shake, just a little. Voilà, so what we like to do, we like to clean the sides. Voilà, so if you want to bake like a pro, always clean the sizes with a towel or a paper towel. Voilà. All right, so now we are good. All right, so this is my oven. Voilà, so I'm gonna lower the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Voilà, so it's 170 Celsius for about 40 minutes. Voilà. All right, so we are done. Oh my goodness, that was fun. I hope you liked it. So I'm gonna stay here and reply to your question if you have some questions. If you don't have, it's fine. So I have two phones over here. So I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. How cool is that? Voilà, so we have 40 minutes. So let me see. It's 50 past 6. Voila. So here, that looks weird. I'm cut. Voila. So do you have questions? Do you want to pop to join me live? I can bring some people live if you want to join me live. We have some time now, so I'm happy to reply to your question. Voilà, so anyone who is live, I see your names actually here. So I have a button that says bring them on video. So if you would like to join me and talk about cakes and your childhood memories and Paris, if you travel to Paris or if you plan to travel to Paris, let me know. That would be very lovely. And other than that, I can reply to some questions. So for example, I often see people wondering if they should use the kitchen scale or the teaspoon and the tablespoons and the cups. And so, Cookie, what are you doing, Cookie? Viens là, viens, viens là. Cookie is making some, come here, some bordel. You want to say hi? Hi everyone, who is gonna eat cake? So who wants to come live with me? I see Jennifer is live. I can tap here and bring Jennifer live. I see Wiza. Hi Wiza. I see Margot, Claire, Robbie. Please don't be shy, it's gonna be fun. And yes, so teaspoon, tablespoons, or kitchen scale. So my answer is always use a kitchen scale, even if there is a learning curve, because it's gonna be more precise. So once in a while, you will see in my recipes that I use teaspoons. Mostly there is usually no cups, except if you, if I ask you to add some chicken stock, it's fine. I mean, if you add 250 grams or 260 grams, it's not gonna change the recipe. When there are very little quantities, for example, with a marble cake, I use a tip of a knife of vanilla powder. It's usually You know, you don't need to add precisely. For the baking powder, it needs to be precise because it's gonna change the recipe. So you need to weigh it. So you can always ask yourself what is gonna have a really strong effect to my recipe. Voilà, so the baking powder has an important effect. The vanilla powder, it's fine. It's gonna be less or more vanilla-y. So, cookie. Up here. I know. Hello, everyone. Hopla. So yes, I hope this makes sense. So let me see. So should you use all-purpose flour or what is it? Baking flour. So the baking flour is going to give you a cake that is a little bit more nice in texture. So it's always nice to use baking flour, but all-purpose flour works as well. Not even sure. That most of us, we don't really see the difference, maybe a little bit. So if you don't have the baking flour right away, just use all-purpose, it's fine. Because my goal really for you is to make the coffee shop goûter by Sunday, by tomorrow. So go to the shop, you have all the ingredients on the recipe. Most of those ingredients you already have at home. So yeah, so vanilla, should I use vanilla powder, vanilla bean, vanilla extract? So that's actually a long topic. We could talk about for hours, really, because there's so much to say, because there are many types of vanilla, many prices. But usually what happens is that vanilla extract, when you see a bottle of vanilla extract, it's usually dissolved, like the vanilla beans are dissolved in alcohol. So I really don't like it. It changes the taste. And it's not very strong in vanilla, so it's always better to have the vanilla bean, but of course it's more expensive. And that's why a few years ago I tried the vanilla powder, and I was surprised. I was actually amazingly surprised about the taste. That's what I shared yesterday. At the time I was in the US, so I bought like a bag. Lovely vanilla, really. It was at the time, it was 2015. Like almost 9 years ago, it was $15, the little bag. So now it's a little bit more expensive, but still, it's the best option. Voilà, so this is from Germany. I bought here in France on Amazon, but it comes from Germany, Rapunzel, for those of you who are in Germany. It's just beautiful. It's vanilla beans, powder, and I'm sorry, I have messages popping. This is really the best option. Cost-wise, taste-wise, it's really the best option. So if you have your vanilla, extract in a bottle, use it, no problem. Don't waste it. I don't like to waste food. Just use it. And next time you're gonna buy vanilla powder, and even if it's a little bit more expensive, it's gonna be $15 the bag or $20 the bag. You will be using it for at least 6 months or 1 year, depending on how much you bake. So it's really interesting. Voilà, any questions so far? Hi YouTube, I see some people live on YouTube. So let me see. Hopefully I'm not missing your questions. Sometimes on Facebook I don't see them, I don't know why. So I'm getting older. Oh, Wiza, I see your comment. Give it to Linda. So what was it about? Give it to Linda, maybe the cake. Oh, how fun. Now I can see your comments. Can you add some nuts? Yes, Wiza, why not? That's actually a good idea. I have never tried to add nuts because it's the classical, the classical marble cake. But I would definitively add some roasted nuts. So you can add maybe noisette. noisettes. You just you can crush them. You cut them in pieces like with your chef knife. You slice them, or I mean you cut them, and then you roast them. You just put them on a baking sheet in your oven. No fat, nothing, just a few minutes. They're gonna have the aromas explode, and then you can definitively add them to the cake batter. Perfect idea, I love it. Jennifer, I need to watch the previous video so I can make this cake. So for the cake, you only need to watch this video, day 2. If you want to learn more about the tools and the ingredients, I did day 1 yesterday. Voilà, so yes, I'm looking forward to talking with you on Tuesday for a weekly call, Jennifer. And I'm curious, really excited to know what you have been cooking the past few days. Marco is asking, Virginie, is this recipe in your online baking school course? So this recipe is in my free course. So voilà, so I host free challenges during the year, and I share some of my best recipes for everyone to try. So if you have signed up for the free, it's called French Cooking for Beginners course. It's free for everyone to start with French cuisine. You can access these recipes. Voilà. And then in my online cooking course, it's online cooking and baking, we have like the entire everything, all my recipes, all my masterclasses, and students have one new masterclass recipe every month to work on. So it's really fun. And yeah, so let's check on the cake. Ooh la la, it's growing, so do not open the door. So that's another tip if you are starting with Cookie, what are you doing? Cookie wants some cake. If you are starting your baking journey, because I know there are some young ladies joining us. I know Loli's daughter might be watching, so hello and welcome, young ladies who want to start cooking and baking French, so that's amazing. But maybe you already know because your mom is baking cookies, lots of cookies. So do not open the oven when you bake any type of cake that has baking powder and egg, whipped egg whites because it's gonna fall down. Voilà. Usually everyone knows, but I'm just, explaining just in case, because there are some people who really want to get started with French cuisine and French baking and who are scared to try. Do you want something, Cookie? Okay, he wants to go live with me. Oh, hello again, it's me, Cookie, and I love to eat cake. I cannot wait to eat the little cake. Oh, you're hungry, Cookie. You want croquette? Yes? So I'm gonna give him some croquette. So give me just a minute. Do you know that my dog likes to eat soup, vegetable soup? So he gets just crazy every time I make vegetable soup, like usually on Sunday evening or Monday evening, because Monday is soup day. And he just always wants to eat soup. Linda, is everything good? Okay, did you want to come join us for a minute? We are just talking while the cake is baking. No? So Cookie is happy. So he didn't want cake after all. And Margot, how is your cooking? Margot has a busy life. She has a granddaughter, and her kids are in different states. So I hope you can still cook once in a while. And by the way, because I see some of you are in the recipe box or in the online cooking school, get ready to cook some leeks in October. Voilà. So I hope you like leeks, and I'm gonna show you amazing French recipes, like French favorites with leeks. Voilà, so I'm very excited about that. All right, so tomorrow, hot chocolate. Oh yes, Margot, it's really funny. I could not have guessed that he would love vegetable soup, but literally he's going crazy when I make soup. And it's just staying here, looking at me. You know, dogs, they just look at you until you understand what they want. And it's really fun. So I have a vegetarian dog. So let's see here. The cake is slowly growing. So by Sunday afternoon, you will have, like, normally everything you can make. You can make the hot chocolate and the cake, and voila, and a little bit of whipped cream. So but let's see tomorrow. Voilà, so I have it here. It's not that difficult. You will see. You need chocolate, of course. And if you have time to go back to watch day one, you will see that it's just simple dark chocolate, 60-70% of cocoa. Use a bar. It's always better to use bar than the little chips, chocolate chips. It's better in taste. Hi Tina, welcome. So we are waiting for the cake to bake in my oven here. Voilà, we just made my grandma's Mémé Cécile marble cake. So if you want to go back to the beginning and follow the baking show, and tomorrow we're gonna make the hot chocolate. Voilà, it's what I call a French weekend. And my goal for everyone is to have French food ready by Sunday. It can be your afternoon, because I'm going live here at 6 p.m. So that means usually people are in the US, it's their morning or early afternoon. And so you can definitively have a French goûter by your Sunday afternoon. Voilà. I was about to explain something. So I'm sorry, I don't remember now. What was I? Oh yes, so here I have a cooling rack. Voilà, so if you don't have one, it's fine, no worries. You can just, put your cake on any surface on your countertop, it's fine. If you make lots of cake, it's nice to have one, because the cake is gonna cool down. Voilà, what's any other question? Oh, Marco loves leeks. Then you will love those recipes. I'm not telling you more. You will see, it's really nice. Huh? So I'm just thinking what other question I usually have. It's usually the same questions that come the same. And so, oh, hi Roberto, welcome. So very happy to see some men as well interested in French cuisine. So who is gonna make the cake? Let me know in the comments. And so when we separate the egg whites from the egg yolks, sometimes it can be that there is some egg yolk in the egg white. And so no panic, it happened to me just half an hour ago when I broke the eggs. So try to remove the egg yolk as much as possible from the egg white, and still, still whisk your egg whites, because it worked. You see, I removed the little egg yolk and it worked. So that's an important point to remember. And yes, as I said at the beginning, when every time I eat this cake, I am just traveling back in time to my grandma, Mémé Cécile. I call her Mémé, not Cécile, just Mémé. Mémé is actually grandma in French, and I have so many good memories at her farm. That's where I went on holidays. When there were school holidays, school breaks, I spent lots of time there with my cousins. And the best part was the food. I mean, if she was like, so now when I look back, I feel like I was growing up and spending time at Paul Bocuse. Like literally, if you look at her and how she was cooking, it was not gourmet food, but it was so tasty. With ingredients from the garden, and local milk, and it was so good, and that was just such a good time. And so what I really wanted to do with my daughter Linda, and that's what also my why behind creating my online cooking school, is that parents and grandparents can really transmit and give this this experience to their little ones, because that's really creating memories. The memories of food and connection and smells in the kitchen, like all the senses are how can I say, but the senses create memories. Just a smell and you travel back in time. And so they are really gonna keep some really fond memories of you. And I think of you, Margot, you have now a little granddaughter, and so she's gonna grow up with some amazing food and cakes, and it's really nice to have those memories and those experiences. And also when I see Linda now, because I have been cooking a lot since she was little, she really is a gourmet girl now. She really likes good homemade food. I mean, not fancy food, but it has to taste good, otherwise she's gonna be like, no mommy, this is not good. So, and once in a while, as everyone, I just throw a dinner, something very quick, I don't measure, and like I did yesterday evening, I did the chili con carne like very fast, just pop pop pop. I had to pick her up at dance class, and she said, mommy, what did you do? And I was like, uh-oh. Spot it. So that happens to everyone, and that's fine. Sometimes we just want to eat something, and I prefer to do something quick at home than to buy something outside, to order food, because we never know, it's not so tasty, and there is so much plastic when we order, and we don't know where the ingredients come from. So voilà, I really like my independence in terms of what I eat. And your kids and grandkids will love it too. So let's have a look at the cake. Any other question? Ooh la la! This is looking good. So we have 18 minutes left. Voilà, so I like to do those lives. It's fun. Well, another topic I usually always teach as well during my life challenges is to sit down and organize your weeks. And if you usually order a lot, I really encourage you to try my method. That's one of the steps in my French Cooking Made Easy framework, is to be organized, and this really makes a difference, especially when we none of us have lots of time to do anything. So what I usually do at the beginning of the week, so it can be Sunday, usually Sunday, I don't wait on Monday, but I make a list, and well, so I have here on my fridge, and I list everything for the week. So this is something really I recommend you to do. It can be French, like any Japanese food, American food, Chinese food, Indian food, any type of food, and when you get organized, it makes life easy. So it can be organizing your weeknight dinners, it can be organizing your French goûter, for example, when we think about the theme of this week. Voilà, the French coffee shop. For example, a goal for you could be to prepare a French goûter or French coffee shop style goûter. Like, let's say every Sunday for the next 4 weeks, maybe until Halloween. So you already know that every Sunday, okay, I'm gonna make something French. And so your family, your kids and your grandkids are gonna get excited about it. Up, I have a mosquito. Voilà. We have to be careful here in the south of France because the mosquitoes are now bringing the dengue disease. So we have to be careful about mosquitoes. But anyway, yes, organize your weeks. Or you can say maybe you want to make a French weekend once a month, every last weekend of the month for the next 3 months. So last weekend of October, last weekend of November, it's gonna be a French weekend. So you already know it, it's in your calendar, it's printed somewhere, it's in your agenda, and so you know. Voilà. So you see, it can be really literally for everything, for your weeknight dinners, for your Sunday family lunches, for your afternoon goûter, like French coffee shop style goûter like we made today. And do it several times. Please don't do this just one recipe one time and then do something new. No. Do this one. Like now you have 3 recipes. Voilà, I've never done that. I give you 3 recipes. So do them every weekend for the next 3 weeks, for example, or the next 3 months, once a month for the next 3 months. And that's how you're gonna learn. And that's how you're gonna create even more memories, because we usually want to change what we eat every week. And kids and little ones and your grandkids, they like consistency. Really, if you make it like once a month, every month, they're gonna remember it. And it's gonna, be a new tradition, and it's even better. Voilà. So, or you can do something else, whatever you want to do. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite French coffee shop style food from any country. I know in the US you have the lemon cake, which is very good, the carrot cake, and so in France we have the marble cake. We also have brownies. We have also lemon cakes, Madeleine cakes, and so on. Voilà, so then the next step, you can find some recipes, like anywhere. There are so many recipes now everywhere, in cookbooks, on Google. So many options. And everyone, brings a new touch to something, a new way to do something. So you can try mine. It would be my pleasure if you try my recipes. You can try other recipes. And it's so fun. Really, food is really a nice adventure. And I always say it's one of the only homework you can eat, right? So how cool is that? Voilà, so I'm gonna show you. How will I do that? Yeah, well, no, that's not possible because it's on the floor. So I'm gonna show you in, let me tell you. Voilà, we have 12 minutes to go. So any other question or feedback or story you want to share, or if you want to go live with me, I can just tap on your name, because I see your names on Facebook, not on YouTube. I see your names and I can bring you on video if you would like to talk with me. Usually people are scared, but don't be scared. Really, it's fun. I'm just a normal person, and no one is gonna judge you. And I'm pretty sure they're even gonna say, that's always what I tell Linda, they're gonna be like, wow, she really is not scared. Wow, she's doing it, or he's doing it. So let me just check on Linda. Chouchou, tu peux venir s'il te plaît raconter quelque chose sur tes vidéos que tu aimes bien. Ok, je t'attends. Merci. I have so many leeks here for the next masterclass. So if I show you, you're gonna get scared. I have 2.5 kilograms of leeks. Oh, just excuse me. Here. And they start to look a little bit dry, so I have to cook them. Merci. Are you going live again tomorrow? Yes, Jennifer. At the same time tomorrow. That's 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be day 3, the last day of the French weekend. And we are going to make the hot chocolate and the whipped cream. And so, voila, the good news is for everyone who is making the cake as well, you will have your perfect coffee shop, right? And so they can dip the cake in the hot chocolate. How was your lunch today?
Amazing. I had a Marbré with truffle sauce and gratin dauphinois, and it was just so good.
Potato gratin dauphinois. I didn't cook. We went
to La Grotte.
La Grappe. Wiza, are you still here? Wiza is living in the south of France. It's a good friend of mine, and we went to restaurant La Grappe.
Ah, La Grappe.
La Grappe, yes. The grapes, La Grappe, in La Motte. So that's 1 hour drive from here in Provence. Absolutely amazing, right? We had such a good time. I had carbonate flamande, which is a beef stew with beer from the north of France. So good, like with French fries. And you had potato gratin dauphinois, right? That's cool. Oh, Jennifer is joining tomorrow. Amazing. 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And so, yeah. So I'm going to make tea as well, because you prefer tea. So we're going to be ready with some hot chocolate and some tea. And I'm going to show you also how I make the tea. I have a different way. I'm going to show you. Because I'm not using tea bags. So I'm going to show you what I'm using. And yes, so... And tonight for dinner, we're gonna have les restes. Comment on dit les restes? Leftovers.
Leftovers.
Of chili con carne, which he didn't like so much. Un chouchou. Voilà. So we have a few more minutes left. Oh, Wiza is joining as well. Wiza, do you know the restaurant de la Grappe à La Motte, dans le Var? Because if you don't know it, you have to put it on the first top of list, because it's absolutely delicious and for a normal price. It's not overpriced like in Cannes. Oh, Harnaz is live. Hi, Harnaz.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, come on. 13 years old now. How are you, Harnaz? So we are waiting for the cake to bake.
Cake to bake.
Cookie. It's not a cookie. It's a marble cake from my grandma, Mémé Cécile. You know, that's the type of cake that every time I eat some, I think of my grandma. So, and I miss her. Sometimes I wish I can just jump back in time and go see her and, you know, enjoy her food. Okay, Wiza said no, so I'm gonna share the link with you. And we have to go. So it's 1 hour drive from Cannes, about like 50 minutes. And it's in La Motte, which is like a super small Provençal village. It's so cute. and there's just like one restaurant and the post office or the mairie, the city hall. Like it's the cutest, and it's so good, so good, and it's fun to go there. There are vineyards as well, so we didn't go this time, but it's a really nice region. So Arnaz, are you gonna make the cake? So who is gonna make the cake? So tomorrow we're gonna make the hot chocolate and the whipped cream. Voila, so I would just have to clean up here. And yes, so the cake is looking very good. 5 minutes left. I think that's gonna be our dinner, but no, we have to wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is day 3 and we're gonna make the hot chocolate. So yes, Cookie, all good? Cookie, what are you doing, silly? Voila, so who wants to join me live? Anyone? No? It's fine, I get it. So any other question I'm thinking about? Oh, if you want, you can use this type also. I never remember the name. In English, I'm sorry. But the bottom is moving. And the classic is the cake pan. But if you don't have it, you can use this one. And yes, so that's about it. Oh yes, I was talking about planning. Yes, so it's good to plan. So my process is very easy. Is I make a list of what we like and what's in season, what I already have in my fridge I could do something with. I make a list, like it's like a brain dump, as we say. And once I have the list, I check the ingredients, and normally I put it in the weekly planner. I have this one and I have another one. For those of you in the recipe box, you have like themed monthly planners, and you can just put everything like what you want to make for the week. And yes, so I'm gonna make a new table tomorrow, Sunday. And now that I live alone with Linda, what I do now is I usually cook on Sunday afternoon. I don't know if some of you do it as well. It's not really batch cooking. I don't like this word too much, but I cook in advance. I cook a soup, so a vegetable soup. I cook something in my Dutch oven, something that is stewing, like, you know, cooking slowly. And I cook something in my oven, like gratin or something. So lately, the past 2 weeks, I was doing, what was I doing? Oh, I did a bolognese, a vegan bolognese, because I try to eat some vegan as well. It's very good, actually. So in my Dutch oven, I did the vegan bolognese. In my oven, I did the feta and figs gratin, which I know lots of you like. It's just so good. And then I did a vegetable soup. I like, right now, I do the sweet potato and zucchini, just those two, which is very good. And then also another one, which is the butternut squash, sorry, which is very good as well. So yeah. Voila. Let's check on the cake. Voila, so to check the doneness, I'm sure you already know, but for some of you who don't know, that's fine. As I said, we have new generation now learning to cook and to bake. So you use your knife, and also I recommend, if you have but because not everyone has it. That's the chicken needle. So that's the needle we use to put some cooking string here. And when you do a roast chicken, you know, you put the kitchen string around the kitchen. So that's the needle actually. And I like to use this one to check the doneness of my cakes because it's smaller and it's longer. Voila. So if you have one, you can use that as well. It's the same principle. You just pick your cake and you how did I write this? Hopla, mosquito. So you slide a clean paring knife inside the cake. It needs to be wet but not fully uncooked. Voila, you slide it. Voila, I'm losing my words. Yes, Margot, Cookie's favorite, the soup. So every Monday it's soup day here. That's what I put also. Actually, you have access with the French recipe box. You have access to the 365 meal ideas for the year. And you will see, if you look at it, every Monday it's soup or sometimes just a vegetable night. And I like it this way because it makes my life so much easier because I don't need to think about, okay, I know Monday is soup day. Wednesday is usually pizza or kids day, so what Linda likes. So it becomes a ritual. It's really fun to do it this way. So yeah. Voila, so now it's ready. Very excited to show you. Linda, le cake est prêt. Voilà. Hop. All right. Voilà, so normally you do this before you remove it. Voilà, so you see it's clean. There is no cake batter. And so I wait a little bit. It's good to wait a little bit. So I will bring you here. Voilà. Because this is just too hot, right? It's really like burning hot. Voilà, so you wait a little bit and then you can unmold it. And here I have my cooling rack. Voilà. Cookie, you want some cake? Voilà, so we are almost done here. So I will try to unmold it so you can see. Try to not burn myself. Yeah, no, it's better to wait. And I'm gonna show you tomorrow. Yeah, I think I need to wait because I'm gonna make some mess and I'm gonna burn myself. So you will see tomorrow, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon or 6 p.m. there's gonna still be some left, I hope. So I'm gonna hide it somewhere. Don't tell Linda. Linda, are you hearing me? No, she's not. Oh no, she's hearing me. Oh no. So I'm gonna find a place. I'm gonna ask my neighbor to keep it. But don't tell her. Did you hear? Yes? Oh my goodness. Voilà, so I hope you liked it and I hope you're gonna make it. And voila, it's gonna be super yummy. I will show you tomorrow. And or maybe even tonight, I will see. I'm gonna wait half an hour, because you can burn yourself, you can break the cake, so you don't want to do that. Voilà, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube and on Facebook. That was very fun. And I'm wishing you a lovely Saturday afternoon and Saturday night for some of you in India. Enjoy your Saturday and your Sunday morning. And thank you, Arnaz. If you want the recipe, let me know. It's actually in my free course, the French Cooking for Beginners free course. There are many resources over there. So if you want access, let me know. But I'm pretty sure you already have access to it. And let's bake some cake and make some hot chocolate tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow we're gonna make, there's gonna be day 3 of our French weekend. And by my goal by the end of the weekend is that you have some delicious French food for goûter style, French coffee shop style, very cozy, very comforting. Voilà, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Arnaz, before I go, this is another method. It's not the same cake, actually. So the one you made, I remember in the French recipe box, it's a different way than this one. So that's how my grandma, Mémé Cécile, made it. Voilà, it's different. So definitively make it. Wiza is going to join us tomorrow. Amazing. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, have a lovely Saturday, everyone. Cookie, want to say bye? Cookie, what are you doing? He's gonna eat my leeks. Cookie, are you eating leeks? No, right? Oh, you're wet. What is that? Bye bye. Un bisou. Un bisou. Yes, wonderful. Amazing. Okay, see you tomorrow. So I'm gonna shut the video down. So I have 2. Okay. Bye everyone. Okay. And okay. Hop.